Welcome to the 21st Annual Induction Ceremony of the University of Massachusetts Boston, chapter of Alpha Lambda Delta. Please know how disappointed we are that we are unable to celebrate with you in person. Yet we do celebrate. So to the new members, congratulations on becoming a lifetime member of Alpha Lambda Delta. I am Joan Becker. I'm Vice Provost and Faculty Advisor for our Alpha Lambda Delta chapter.
And I am Shelby Harris, Associate Dean of Students and Administrative Advisor for our chapter. Together, we will serve as the installation officers for our new Alpha Lambda Delta candidates. This is a very special occasion for UMass Boston. The students who are here this evening have been invited to join Alpha Lambda Delta, a National Honor Society, because they have distinguished themselves academically by achieving a grade point average of 3.5 or higher in the first semester at the university.
Alpha Lambda Delta was founded as an honor society in 1924 at the University of Illinois by the Dean of Women, Maria Leonard. It soon became a national organization as chapters were established at Purdue University in 1926 and DePauw University in 1927. Growth of the society has continued until now there are over 280 chapters. We are here to recognize the accomplishments of a very special group of students and to honor them.
It is a pleasure to introduce our new Chancellor, Marcelo Suarez Orozco, who assumed the role of Chancellor on August 1st. Before coming to UMass Boston, Chancellor Suarez Orozco served as the inaugural UCLA Wasserman Dean, leading 2 academic departments, 16 nationally renowned research institutes, and 2 innovative demonstration schools at UCLA's Graduate School of Education and Information Studies. His research focuses on cultural psychology and psychology anthropology, with an emphasis on education, globalization, and migration. An immigrant from Argentina, Chancellor Suarez Orozco is a product of the California Master Plan, having studied in community college and at the University of California, Berkeley, where he received his AB, MA, and PhD in anthropology.
Greetings. Welcome to the 21st Annual Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society Induction. My name is Marcelo Suarez Orozco, and I have the honor of serving as your new Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Welcome to the students, parents, faculty, and staff who are joining us virtually from Massachusetts, the United States, and around the world. This year, 93 students will become the newest members of the Alpha Lambda Delta Academic Society. We are so pleased to be installing the new chapter officers, President Lily Ting, Vice President Sylvie Salhortra, Secretary Angelica Morden, and Treasurer V. Nguyen. Thank you for your dedication to the chapter and for serving in these important roles. As for the students who are being inducted this year, you're here because you've worked tirelessly to maintain a 3.5 or higher grade point average in your first semester at UMass Boston. You should be proud of this impressive accomplishments as your efforts rank you at the top of your class. Your commitment to your education and the academic excellence you have achieved should be celebrated. No matter where your journey first began, you have all made it here to UMass Boston. You come from all over the Commonwealth, from all over the world, from the US, the Bahamas, Brazil, China, the Dominican Republic, Ethiopia, India, Lithuania, Pakistan, the Philippines, and Vietnam. You bring many different beautiful cultures and speak many different languages, such as Vietnamese, Mandarin, German, Japanese, Punjabi, Spanish, and Portuguese, just to name a few. I am so pleased that you chose to attend UMass Boston to pursue your own passion by majoring in areas such as biology, with many on a pre-med tracking, nursing, psychology, computer science, mathematics, political science, criminology, and criminal justice. And I know some of you are still deciding upon which major is best for you. Almost a quarter of the students being inducted aspire to careers in healthcare. 22 of you want to become doctors, nurses, physician's assistants, physical therapists, surgeons, or medical technicians. 11 of you want to pursue a career in business or finance, while others want to see their future in politics, international relations, or the diplomatic corps, social work, or psychology, or law enforcement. Still others plan a career in the sciences or the environment. You are active and avid volunteers. You are orientation leaders, tutors, peer mentors, and many of you have participated in Beacon Voyages for Service and the U Access Food Pantry. Within your community, you give your time and energy to various causes, including helping the homeless, coaching your team sports, being camp counselors, and helping with after-school programs. The positive contributions that you're making, both inside and outside the classrooms of UMass Boston, are to be commended. You should feel a great sense of pride for all you're doing. I have no doubt that you will continue to make this university, this chapter, this society proud. Before concluding, I would like to acknowledge and thank Joan Becker, the Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society Faculty Advisor, and Shelby Harris, the Administrative Advisor. The work that you do and the support that you give to our students is to be commended. Thank you. You all have my best wishes for another exceptional academic year. Thank you, congratulations, be well, be safe, go Beacons.
Thank you, Chancellor Suarez Orozco. Members of Alpha Lambda Delta, we are here to inform you, the new initiates, about our organization and to ask you to take the pledge to make the best possible use of your education. Your new officers will explain the symbolism in the Alpha Lambda Delta candle.
The initials of Alpha Lambda Delta stand for the Greek word Alleluia Glamphia Dia Dosusin, which stands for the motto, "We shall pass our torches on one to another."
The insignia of Alpha Lambda Delta represents a lighted candle. The golden base of our candle signifies honesty and integrity, which are the foundation on which we built. The red shaft of our candle signifies the strength and courage to support the burning flame of knowledge.
The white light of our candle signifies truth and wisdom, which can dispel ignorance and superstition and give us the insight to live well in our town.
These, our three colors, symbolize the standards held by the members of Alpha Lambda Delta.
Your education is the means by which you learn to recognize the wonders of science, to appreciate the beauty of great literature and art, to use well your own language, to learn the lessons of past history, to speak and read the languages of other peoples, to study the social and political forces of our world, and to discuss the thought and standards of our generation and learn to live significantly. I now invite the student initiates to say the oath with me. I accept membership
I accept
membership
into National Alpha Lambda Delta,
International Alpha
Alpha Lambda Delta,
understanding that in doing so,
understanding that
and doing so,
I assume the responsibility
I
assume
assume
the responsibility
of continuing to maintain
of
continuing to maintain
its standards of service,
its
standards of service,
of diligence,
of
diligence,
and of integrity.
and of
Of
integrity.
integrity.
I pledge to promote high scholarship
I pledge
to
to
promote
scholarship
scholarship
and to use my education
and to use my education
for the benefit of my community,
for the benefit of my community,
my nation,
my
my
name,
nation,
and the world in which we live.
and the
the
world
world
in which
in
we
which
live.
we live.
The candidates who are now presented for initiation have attained the high standard required by National Alpha Lambda Delta and are worthy to be recognized by both UMass Boston and Alpha Lambda Delta for their notable achievement in scholarship. I now have the honor to present these candidates for initiation into National Alpha Lambda Delta. Juliana Adolphe. Juliana chose to pursue medicine as a career path because her country lacks resources, especially in medicine. She plans to go back and start a practice, perhaps as a general surgeon, but after joining Phi Delta Epsilon, she realized there are many different paths she could take to bring change to her community. Samir Akhtar. Samir is a business management major with a concentration in finance and marketing. He plans to obtain an MBA and eventually own his own business in fashion or fitness. As a strong believer in small businesses, he believes that if done correctly and passionately, every company can have the potential to grow into a suitable and strong source of income. Cecilia Alfaro. Cecilia is pursuing a double major in criminology, criminal justice, and psychology. She envisions herself as a police detective or forensic psychologist. She promotes education, equality for children via Jumpstart, and she's currently an AmeriCorps member working for Dorchester Head Start. Gina Anastasiades. Gina is majoring in nursing with a minor in psychology. For as long as she can remember, she's wanted to work in a hospital, and within the last couple of years, she's narrowed down her ideal future career to an emergency room nurse practitioner. Although her dream job is working at a Boston hospital, she cherishes the time she spent working at a local daycare where she was an assistant teacher in the toddler room. Amanda August. Amanda is majoring in exercise and health sciences, but is leaning towards criminal justice, aiming for a career in either social services or the law enforcement field. Amanda has been a research analyst intern at Partners Connected Health Innovation, assistant unit coordinator at Mass General Hospital, and an administrative assistant at the UMass Boston Gerontology Institute. Diana Bahara. Diana is working towards a business management degree with a double concentration in supply chain and service management and data analytics. She plans to have her own business and succeed in the male-dominated business field. For the next few years, she plans on working to expand the scope of women in business, start her career with an internship or part-time job, and most important, try to excel at her studies. Giovanna Batti. Giovanna is majoring in psychology, but at this point in her life is still unsure as to what career she would like to pursue. Although each day her interests and passions are becoming clearer. She has worked in retail starting at age 16, but right now she is looking to expand her horizons and to delve into real estate. She is beyond excited to see what further awaits in her college career. Jason Bello. Jason is double majoring in biological science and psychology. He is focused on his academic career, and joining a prestige society in higher education is one of the most amazing experiences he has ever had. He believes it will help him reach his goal of attending a great medical school. He loves books and reading about almost everything. Jax Kai. Jax is majoring in mathematics and minoring in computer science with the goal of applying machine learning to finances. Jax has tutored math in high school, volunteered at a library, and worked at G&L Laboratories. He enjoys writing and won an essay contest for his entry, Apex Predators. Jax will be forever thankful for all the support organizations, such as the Wiley Network, have given him due to life circumstances. On a happier note, a fun fact about Jax is that he can fold a perfect triangular bipyramid with a sheet of chopstick paper. Daria Castaño. Daria is majoring in biology, pre-med, and Spanish language. Someday she hopes to become a medical doctor and specialize in either general surgery or nephrology. Her favorite job so far was being part of Project Success at Harvard Medical School, where she was able to conduct biomedical research herself and then present to doctors and professors at Harvard Medical School. Stefani Castillo. Stefani defines herself as a young Hispanic woman who, through her strengths and sense of optimism, is driven to pursue a productive path. She came from the Dominican Republic to complete her high school career at the Margarita Muniz Academy, the only bilingual high school in New England. She's majoring in business management through the 3-year degree path of the College of Management and minoring in psychology. Her goal is to pursue a profession in organizational psychology.
Ani Cheglacian. Ani is an exercise and health sciences student, and her time at UMass Boston has been amazing so far. She finds it's a privilege to learn alongside other determined students in the health field. Ani always wanted to help people for as long as she can remember, and it thrills her to know that she is one step closer to reaching her longtime goal. Her parents, as well as some great teachers along the way, have motivated her on her path, and she'll always be grateful to them. Christina Cheglacian. Christina's first year at UMass Boston has been nothing short of wonderful. She never expected to enjoy her classes so much and meet such friendly people. She is an exercise and health science major, but she is still contemplating between that or nursing. She's always known that she wanted to help people, and it thrills her that she gets to learn what she loves in order to get to her goal of a master's in the health field. Heyman Meki Chan. Meki is an international relations major whose career goal is to use her language skills to work with different people internationally. Her goal also inspired her to learn new languages like Japanese and German. Darren Chen. Darren is currently majoring in biology with the goal of becoming a dentist. He currently works as a health and well-being staff member at the YMCA. During his free time, he likes to play basketball. Alyssa Chang. Alyssa is pursuing a double major in general biology and environmental sciences, and she plans to further her studies in zoology and botany as she pursues a career as a wildlife biologist. Alyssa imagines herself collecting samples, taking notes, and drawing pictures and diagrams in a journal in a rainforest or jungle somewhere. As a stepping stone towards her goals, she has been granted the opportunity and had the pleasure to work with in the Animal Resources Core facility located on campus. Raina Chang. Raina is a nursing major who believes one of the best choices she has made was to attend UMass Boston. When not studying, Raina participates in the Asian American Student Success Program, through which she works in her local community helping Asian youth learn about the transition from high school to college. Raina is also part of the Beacon Voyages for Service, and although unable to go on a trip this year, she was able to meet great people, learn how to fundraise, and understand the ways health and environment are correlated. Tim Cianciolo. Tim is an exercise and health science major who plans to become a physician's assistant. He is a member of the UMass Boston baseball team, and as a team, they support the surrounding community by hosting clinics for children and helping the less fortunate. In high school, he was captain of the baseball team and pitcher of the year. He coached 7 to 11-year-olds in baseball for 5 years, and he plans to keep on doing that. When he gets some free time away from school or work and baseball, he loves to be outside and going on hikes with his dog. Dylan Conte. Dylan is a management major with a concentration in finance and a 3-year degree student. One day he hopes to be an executive of a company. Dylan now does maintenance work at the ice rink on campus and is a member of the club baseball team. Grace Cosenza. Grace is a biology and psychology double major on the pre-medical track. She plans to attend medical school and become a neonatologist working with premature babies after her residency. However, this is not set in stone, and she is also interested in cardiology and pediatrics. Grace currently writes for mass media, focusing primarily on the health and wellness section. She plans to be certified as a CNA, thereby gaining exposure to clinical experience that she can utilize during her later medical schooling years. Anna Cortemanche. Entering UMass Boston, Anna had one objective that she knew would guide her throughout her 4 years as a first-generation undergraduate student: becoming a physician. She is pursuing a biology degree on the pre-medical track in the Honors College, and by becoming a member of Phi Delta Epsilon and now Alpha Lambda Delta, a resident assistant and the secretary of the Physician Assistant Student Association, she can embrace her leadership skills and discover what she has to offer to others. Armani Coward. Armani is majoring in criminology and criminal justice, and she is minoring in anthropology. It was difficult to lose her father at a young age. Nevertheless, her education has always given her a source of hope and pride despite her troubled background. She has found UMass Boston to be an incredible community to become involved in. It's enveloping, eclectic, eccentric, and welcoming in every possible way. She thanks the university for recognizing the dedication and hard work it took for her to achieve her academic dreams and fully supporting her in surpassing them.
Thomas Kracian. Thomas is a physics major with an interest in quantum information theory. During the summers, he is a sailing instructor at community boating on the Charles River. During his first 2 semesters, he took part in the step 1 of the U-Teach program, teaching physics to elementary students, and he worked as a supplemental instructor leader for the Introduction to Computer Science course. He spends his time off campus at the Cambridge Zen Center, cultivating a practice to help him with his studies. Reagan Check. Reagan is from Toms River, New Jersey, and is majoring in environmental science with the goal to work in marine conservation. In her first year, she competed on the cross-country indoor and outdoor track teams. In her free time, she likes to go to the beach and engage in rock climbing. Riley Dean. Riley is majoring in business management and plans to minor in either philosophy and law or sociology. She'd like to go to law school and eventually have a law firm of her own someday. During her first year, she was given the opportunity to be a peer mentor for a first-year seminar. Being a peer mentor made her aware of the diversity at UMass Boston as she met and connected with students from many different backgrounds. She found that it felt good to be there for the students and help support them in any way that she could. Yana DeBlois. Yana is an East Asian Studies major with a Japanese language minor. Using the skills that she learned in these disciplines, she would like to find a profession in the field, although she has not figured out exactly what that might be. In the immediate future, she would like to study abroad in Japan, something she has wanted to do for a long time. She expects that this experience will help her decide her future. Jackie Dennison. Jackie is a nursing major who plans to become a pediatric nurse. In her first year, she found that living in the dorms allowed her to make many new lifetime friends and to realize the influence a diverse community has on her learning and growth. Over the last few years, she has volunteered in local nursing homes to help nurses and lead in their activities department, an opportunity that has influenced her to become a nurse. Jamani Depina. Jamani is a psychology major who is drawn to the field after speaking with her school psychologist about an anxiety-ridden friend. She found speaking to her was like a spiritual journey. She instilled confidence and encouraged Jamani to try new helping techniques. She recognizes that psychology requires the inquiry of hard sciences and the understanding of humanities. It is the best of both worlds. And she wants to embark on a journey that utilizes both real sciences and humanities to improve the lives of others. Katrin Doherty. Katrin is majoring in biology, but she's in the process of switching to management. She plans to spend the next couple of years at UMass exploring her career options within this major. She hopes to take part in intramural sports like on campus like volleyball, and she likes to snowboard at Wachusett Mountain. Katrin has had a great experience making friends in the residence halls, and she's excited to meet new people and explore the city during her time here. Melissa Dorzin. Melissa is a biology major who plans to go to medical school to become a pediatrician. She was one of the leaders for the You Have Access campaign, whose goal is to fight the stigma against hunger and homelessness on campus. Melissa found it very fulfilling to be part of a campaign with such a positive goal. In high school, she was part of the student Christian movement and the ladies club. And she also played soccer, basketball, track and field. Jermaine Duffy. Jermaine comes from a family of healthcare workers, and as a result, she has always been interested in following their steps in joining the medical field. In high school, she became a registered EMT for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. While Jermaine has always wanted to be a doctor, her experience in pre-hospital care steered her in a different direction. Now she's majoring in biology with a pre-med focus and plans to become a nurse practitioner so she can work on helicopters as a flight nurse, transporting and caring for people in the direst of emergencies. Jasmine El Sharafa. Jasmine is a theater major whose passion for social change has always burned bright. Her goal is to show other young adults in this world that they are not alone. She was she had an emotionally difficult freshman year and is part of a small group of students who have had a severed relationship with their parents. Despite facing major obstacles, she has pushed forward despite wanting to sometimes give up. Jasmine is grateful for the support that has led her to thrive, and she thanks everyone who has helped her along on her journey.
Adam Faiz. Adam was originally a biology major, but he switched to exercise and health sciences because of his deep passion for health sciences. While unsure of his career goal, he wants to work somewhere in the medical or physical therapy field after his mother, who works at Brigham's Hospital, introduced him to these fields. He joined the environmental campaign of Massburg because of his belief that climate change is very important in today's world and will have a profound impact on our future. Michaela Felici. Michaela is a nursing student whose long-term goal has always been to work with children as a registered nurse and to continue her education to eventually be a nurse practitioner. She has worked as a medical assistant on campus at University Health Services, earned a leadership role as a student representative for the Student Nurses Association, and joined the College of Nursing and Health Sciences First-Year Scholars Program. Michaela finds that UMass Boston provides many opportunities for students like her to be successful, and she is excited to continue learning and start clinicals soon. Dominic Dom Ferreira. Dom is a prospective communication major with hopes of pursuing a career in documentary journalism. He is also a 10th cohort member in the First Year Leadership Institute on campus, manages the Riptide podcast for mass media, and loves taking photos, making short films in his free time. He firmly believes that embracing creativity helps an academic mind, so he actively participates in a few different music projects with his close friends. Ashley Figuerera. Ashley is majoring in biology on the pre-med track and is a student in the Honors College. She not only loves science, but strongly believes in improving our current healthcare system. In distress, she sees potential, and all she desires is for absolutely everyone to have access to quality healthcare. When she is not doing homework, you can catch her tutoring underrepresented high school students for the SAT, and every night you'll see her painting another Disney character with her little sisters. Sarah Forcelati. Sarah is in the College of Management studying accounting and is part of the 3-year degree program. She is pursuing an education in the field of taxes, and she currently works inputting tax return information. She aspires to become a certified public accountant. So far, Sarah has joined Delta Sigma Pi, a professional business fraternity, and was elected as the Vice President of Community Service. Jess Frisch. Jess is a management major who has yet to decide which career path fits her, but she knows that UMass Boston will help her in that journey. So far, she has had the opportunity to meet amazing professors and students from all over that have taught her time management, communication skills, confidence, and much more. During her first year, Jess accomplished her goal of maintaining a good GPA, and she will strive to maintain it for the rest of her college career. Atsutaro Akun Fujishiro. Akun has had a passion for science, medicine, and helping others for his entire life. He chose to major in exercise and health sciences because he wanted to learn the tools that he would need to succeed in the health science field. He has made many friends through pickup basketball games at the university's basketball court and through the First Year Leadership Institute program. He's not sure what he's going to pursue academically, but he is excited for the future. Ani Gan. Ani decided 1 year ago that she wanted to be a nurse, and so today she is in the nursing program at UMass Boston, on her way to earning a master's in psychiatric and mental health nursing. The campus has provided her with amazing resources, from mentors to a job opportunity. Throughout the school year, Ani also worked at the Center of Survey Research Department, which helped get her out of her comfort zone and introduce her to part of research that she never knew about. Ada Gonzalez. Ada is a business management major with a concentration in finance. Her goal is to pursue a career as a financial analyst and to earn an MBA. Although the transition from high school to college was initially difficult, she now feels comfortable. Ada has gotten used to her schedule and independence, and the classes she has taken have helped her gain knowledge in her area of study. Overall, this next step of her life is important to her and her family, which is why she will work hard to make it possible. Reem Hussein. Reem is majoring in political science and hopes to attend law school. Her passions in the politics of the world, mending the immigration system, and fighting for equality. She joined Massburg's Hunger and Homelessness campaign, where she volunteered to raise the visibility for the campaign and raise funds to help out the homeless in the greater Boston area. Reem also interned at the Justice Bridge Legal Center, where she worked alongside attorneys who offer services for those with modest incomes, and she experienced firsthand what a job like that entails.
Bailey Hutchenreiter. Bailey is majoring in criminal justice and psychology as she pursues her career goal to be a special agent in the FBI. Throughout high school, Bailey was an honor roll student, a member of her high school National Honor Society, and a member of the Math National Honor Society. She loves to volunteer and help out whenever she can. Emily Irwin. Emily from New Jersey wasn't completely sure she was going to go to college. Instead, she was going to join the military. She decided, however, to pursue a major in exercise and health sciences and plans to become a physical therapist. But she ultimately would like to end up in medical school to become an orthopedic doctor specializing in sports medicine. Most of her days are spent doing things outside. And when she's not at school, some of her hobbies are rock climbing, kayaking, and other water sports and skiing. Kamalpreet Kamal Kaur. Kamal is a biology major in a pre-med track who plans to eventually go to medical school. During her first year, she was grateful to be part of the freshman success community, where she got a chance to know different people with her common interests, where she became engaged in the college community and boost her confidence. Kamal is trying to participate in every possible program she can, but as much as she thinks getting involved in college and academics are important, she thinks it's also essential to identify hobbies that help one to relax. For her, it's reading and painting. Jason Kinningberg. Jason is a nursing student and a member of both the Honors College and the Student Nurses Association. He plans to eventually obtain a PhD in nursing in order to become a nurse anesthesiast. Since beginning college, he has enjoyed meeting people from varying cultural backgrounds, and he has been helped tremendously by having a peer mentor from the College of Nursing. Outside of school, Jason is an Eagle Scout with the Boy Scouts of America, and he teaches wilderness exploration at an academic enrichment program held at Stonehill College. Emily Kirby. Emily is an arts major who is studying to become a school psychologist. Her first year of college really helped her grow as she became more independent by living on her own and chose classes that interested her, as well as working towards her own career goals. Her classes have introduced Emily to many resources that will help her succeed as she goes further down her path. Angelica Angie Klepach. Angie is majoring in business with minors in psychology and minoring in criminology. She hopes to one day start her own business. Her first year here has been a whirlwind, but with such positive outcomes. She joined the UMass Boston cheerleading team with no prior cheer experience, achieved the Dean's List first semester, was employed as front desk at the psychology department, and became involved with the UMass Boston student government as Associate Justice of the Judicial Branch. On her own, she indulges in her passion of singing. Tyler Kulak. Tyler's pursuing a degree in environmental science and perhaps a double major in communications. Because we can't do everything, we have to make what we can out of our limited time. And for Tyler, that means photography, writing, hiking, and adventure. It means the campus outdoor club, lifeguarding at a YMCA camp, and sailing. Sometimes it means piano, tin whistle, or ukulele. And it means taking it day by day, finding something new and exciting to explore and learn as unexpected things happen, plans change, and life continues to make things interesting. Angela Lally. Like many other students, Angela's goal is to be successful and to help others live their best lives. She was inspired to pursue this goal this past year as she trained her dog to be a certified therapy dog. As a team, they spent over 60 volunteer hours with people in nursing homes, assisted living facilities, homeless shelters, and hospitals, children's reading groups, and therapy sessions. And this experience truly touched her heart. It might be surprising that Angela is currently a chemistry major, aspiring to be a chemist, but she also wishes to continue helping better people's lives with an animal-assisted therapy. Andrew Lee. Andrew is currently a business major who plans to concentrate on either accounting or finance, with the ultimate goal of finding a career that he enjoys. He works as a sales associate at UPS. In addition, Andrew is a video game club is in a video game club named League of Legends. Kyle Lee. Kyle is in the business management program with a concentration in finance. His ultimate career goal is to own several of his own businesses and to be involved with investing and stocks. Last year, he graduated from the First Year Leadership Institute and recently got accepted into the National Honor Society. In his free time, Kyle likes to work out, play basketball, hang out with friends, go out into the city, and just try to have as much fun as possible.
Blaine Lewoot. Blaine is currently majoring in biology, but plans to transfer into the nursing program. Her career goal is to become a pediatric registered nurse because she would like to take care of children. She has not been as involved on campus as she would like, having focused on school for the first year. Blaine values not only her Ethiopian culture, but that of others as well. She is fascinated by the diverse cultures there are in this world, and she likes learning about them. Kai Livingstone. Kai is a history major who aspires to work in a museum. As part of the CLA First community, she is also a semi-frequent visitor at the Queer Student Center. Kai is an artist when she has the time, and she loves reading. Mary LaPriore. Mary is a business management major with a minor in sociology who plans to have a concentration in marketing. She hopes to one day work with radio stations in their marketing departments. She continues to work very hard balancing being a full-time student and having a job as a Starbucks barista. While maintaining a good standing at work, she also achieved Dean's List. Dervana Maxime. Dervana knew from a very young age that she loved to help the people around her, which has led to her major in biology with a pre-med concentration. She plans to go to medical school and become a neonatologist. Here at UMass Boston, she has immersed herself in a new community of people that support her. Joining clubs like Black Student Center, African Student Union, and Haitian American Society helped her to engage in the social life on campus. Curie Mazariegos. Curie is a biology major on a pre-med track who aspires to pursue a job in the medical field. From a young age, she has been fascinated with science. She knows that these years will prepare her for the challenges ahead in medical school, which she is confident that she will overcome if she sets her mind to it. After all this hard work, the best reward that Curie could ever get is having the pleasure of helping to treat others in need. She got a glimpse of this amazing feeling after volunteering at various medical facilities and really getting to care for others. Evelise Eve Monroig. Eve is a biology major on the pre-med track who plans to attend medical school and specializes in pediatric surgery. She found the independence of college versus high school to have a major impact on her. Nobody is going to chase after you and make sure you have finished your work or that you're ready for the class. You have the tools to construct your own future, and the freedom is there in order for you to make your own decisions. Eve is a member of the Honors College and has worked at Vertex Pharmaceuticals. Peter Nilsson. After serving as a logistics specialist for 6 years in the U.S. Navy, Peter has landed proudly at UMass Boston and is a management major with a concentration in supply chain management. He aims to compound his military experience with applicable business practices to provide the best possible service to his future employer, which he hopes will be one of Boston's top supply chain, logistics, or consulting companies. Peter values the fundamental nature of teamwork and sincerely believes that flexibility and adaptation are the highest quality traits that an individual can possess. Thank you for your service, Peter. Amy Oyang. Amy was initially an undeclared major, hoping to explore various interests before narrowing down to a specific field of study. She switched to computer science because of her deep passion for gaming, but then realized it wasn't quite right. So she switched to information technology. Since her switch, Amy's been enjoying the IT courses she's taken. Jess Panalagam. Jess is a nursing major who is also pursuing a minor in science, medicine, and society, past and present. After getting her nursing degree, she hopes to become a nurse anesthetist. In her hometown, Jess has worked as a cashier at a local pharmacy and coached recreational volleyball, but she now works as a nursing assistant at Beth Israel Lahey Hospital. Jess is a member of the Student Nursing Association and Hoi Polloi, was a member of the College of Nursing and Health Science First Year Scholars Program, and a Beacon Ambassador. Tanvi Patel. Tanvi is a nursing student in the Honors College with dreams of becoming a pediatric nurse practitioner. In her first year at UMass Boston, she started volunteering at Boston Children's Hospital and Massachusetts General Hospital on the pediatric units twice a week to gain experience with children as well as brighten their days. She has her nursing assistant certification and currently works as a CNA at Beth Israel Lahey Hospital. In her free time, she loves Bollywood dancing, spending time with children, and baking.
Citlali Pena. Citlali is a biology major who plans to become a chiropractor or something similar. She found her first year difficult, but she made new friends instantly and is associated with several organizations such as Urban Scholars, Student Support Services, One Goal, Bottom Line, and a Freshman Success Community. Citlali interned at the Edward M. Kennedy Institute as a docent and at the Boston Public Market as an office worker. She enjoys baking, reading, listening to music, especially oldies, and playing the flute. Paulius Razukevicius. This is an international student from a small country, Lithuania, and he found it was not easy to adapt to a new culture from overseas. He wants to keep exploring himself by meeting new people and hearing different experiences, because he believes that to be successful, it is very important to be flexible between different cultures. Paulius chose to major in international relations because communication is an important part of his life. He thinks that being able to connect people together into societies makes people achieve great things together. Rania Ramoon. Rania is a sociology major who hopes to develop a solid political, scientific, and social foundation that will allow her to effect positive change on the environment and the world. Through working at the Sustainable Solutions Lab and on the 100% renewable energy campaign with MassPIRG, she's gained a social, political, and ethical perspective on climate change. The level of insight that she gained from activism and professional work in environmental related areas has inspired her to pursue this area in an academic setting as well. Pablo Rodriguez. Pablo is working towards a degree in business management to become a manager, learn new skills, and become more driven. He is hardworking and optimistic, never giving up and trying his best in everything he does. Pablo believes that if we can't accomplish something, then we should try something new, a new angle to accomplish that goal. If we give up, we will never know our limits. Pablo has come this far and will conquer anything that comes his way. He will finish strong. Wendy Romero. Wendy is majoring in biochemistry and plans to earn a PhD before pursuing a career in which she sees herself engineering edible plants that are resistant to the effects of climate change or finding substitutions for antibiotics. In freshman year, she failed 2 chemistry exams, having mistakenly taken her casual high school study habits into university. She took that failure as a way of identifying her mistakes so she would not repeat them. Wendy volunteered for MassPIRG, supporting its goal to pass the 100% Renewable Energy Act, and she occasionally volunteers for the Live Blue Ambassadors doing local habitat restoration. Mary Salmanovich. Mary is a nursing student who is eager to enter the healthcare field. After seeing the effects of COVID-19, she looks forward to working in the community besides the healthcare heroes of today. She hopes that after gaining experience at one of the most famous Boston hospitals, she obtains a master's degree on her way to becoming a nurse anesthetist. In high school, she was a cheerleader for the football and basketball teams while volunteering as a cheerleading coach for the city's youth program. Samriti Sami Sangavi. Sammy has yet to declare a major, but she lives by the motto, always keep busy. Staying at home, doing nothing, is what she imagines to be torture. If life got too quiet, she would study at the nearest bookstore or Starbucks. Sammy has always needed noise in her life, and she's always pushed her limits. She's always been involved in clubs, sports, volunteer activities. She's a member of 3 clubs and 1 organization here and hopes to be involved in a lot more while she's here. She's glad that UMass Boston has no shortage of clubs and organizations. Harper Schoenfeld. Harper is majoring in psychology with a minor in Spanish language. Her goal is to become a mental health therapist, specializing in trauma-informed counseling for for victims of sexual abuse. She came to UMass Boston from Lawrence, Kansas, because she was ready to explore a new place on her own. This year, Harper joined Quincy Choral Society, a community choir, and sang Handel's Messiah. She plans on staying involved in choral music for her entire life. Alexander Alex Siegel. Alex has always been fascinated by how people interact with one another. He is a social psychology major, and he wants to come out of college in a position to make an impact by helping people, either directly or indirectly. Alex believes that people today have an infinite variety of struggles that they must manage. Having someone there that will try to understand their struggles in order to alleviate some of the stress is helpful. Hopefully, he can be one of those people with the path he's currently on. Romesa Shahid. Romesa is a biology major who intended to pursue a career in medicine. However, after exposure to the research field in Dr. Rister's lab, she's also considering research along with becoming an MD. Romesa has joined Phi Delta Epsilon, a medical fraternity, which has been a great source of learning about her intended career. She's also started volunteering at Mass Eye and Ear through a clinical exploratory program. She's a member of the Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students and has participated in different activities of the Muslim Student Association. Bridget Smith. Bridget is a nursing major who hopes to one day work as a pediatric or as a labor and delivery nurse. While her freshman year was unfortunately cut short due to the coronavirus pandemic, she was able in the short time she lived on campus to meet amazing people that she now calls some of her best friends. Despite some of them having different majors, they would still help each other to the best of their abilities. A full-time student, Bridget also worked part-time at a local nursing home, which has played a role in encouraging her to continue her nursing degree. Patricia Somera. Patricia is majoring in biology on a pre-med track. She's working towards the goal of becoming a doctor someday and wants to specialize in surgery. Patricia enjoys volunteering at the VA hospital in her free time, and she is a competitive ballroom dancer at Dance Fever Studio. She's also a member of the Filipino club, Hoy Pinoy. From volunteering at the hospital and being part of the First Year Leadership Institute, Patricia has learned what it means to be a leader and help out in her own community.
Phidias Soto. Phidias is majoring in biology on the pre-med track with high hopes of attending medical school to achieve an MD. While he has yet to decide on an area of focus, he is interested in becoming a general physician or doctor. Originally an exercise and health sciences major, he decided that it was more of a hobby rather than a career path. Phidias is grateful that he connected with his mentor and advisor, Chanel Fields, a person who has made a huge impact on him. He found her to be a wonderful person to talk to, and she has set him on the best possible path for both his life and his career. John Starkey. John is majoring in English and hopes to minor in philosophy. He's still unsure about his career path, but he's aiming for something at least tangentially related to his major. John was working as a busser at a restaurant in Quincy, and his main hobbies are following the NBA and reading. Fariha Sayeda. Fariha is majoring in biology and is very passionate about science because it is where her thirst for knowledge and the need for service intersect. Her long-term goal is to research or practice in medicine, but she's still undecided if that will be as a PhD, MD, or both. She works in Dr. Rister's research lab on campus, and it has been a wonderful opportunity for her to gain a glimpse into the world of scientific research. Fariha also intends to major in creative writing because she loves poetry and storytelling. Mary Teixeira. Mary is pursuing a degree in exercise and health sciences and hopes to become an occupational therapist. In her first year, she has been very active in extracurricular activities. She is a member of a club specifically for her major, the Exercise and Health Sciences Club. She made the Dean's List, and in her hometown in Winthrop, Mass., she frequently volunteers at St. John's the Evangelist Church. In high school, she worked for the Winthrop Public Library as well as the Winthrop Public Schools Special Education Summer Program. Evan Tran. Evan is a nursing student who wants to devote herself to serving her community in the best way possible. She credits her decision to her 18 years in her church and the way it served her in the past. Every season and holiday of Evan's life has been celebrated at that church, and she can't think of one major life moment that wasn't celebrated within the building or celebrated with the people that bring it to life. Her many years there had her realize she wanted to do what she wanted to do with her life, and she wants to serve, just as her church has served her. Emma Tuberville. Currently, Emma is a psychology major, but she plans to apply to the nursing program this fall. Ever since she was 6 years old, she wanted to become a nurse, and coming to college has only strengthened her desire to serve her community. Emma is finding that college is a time in her life for both personal and educational development, not only about preparation for a future career, but also a time to grow as a person. She hopes to build skills, confidence, public speaking, and most importantly, leadership that she will use beyond college. Elsa Vinaco. Elsa is majoring in management with a concentration in accounting, in which she hopes to have a career. She is a member of the Honors College and plays on the UMass Boston softball team. In the summer, she works as the head counselor at a camp for kids. Mahimna Vyas. Mahimna is a member of the Honors College, is majoring in physics and mathematics, and she plans to eventually conduct research in the field of physics. She is a member of the DESI Student Association. She loves having deep conversations, reading, and spending time in the library. She also loves to explore and wonder about things around her. Hu Jun Wen. Hu Jun is a business management student with a focus on accounting. He would like to find an internship for business management to gain a better understanding of his career goals. He prides himself on being detail-oriented, analytical, and driven. Hu Jun is a big fan of FC Barcelona and likes to watch their soccer games. Sarah Wong. Sarah is a criminal justice major who would like to work with the federal government. She participated in the First Year Leadership Institute and is a part of the CLA First program. She found that these programs helped her make the transition from high school to college easier through the mentor and mentee concept. They also taught her many things through the 5 pillars of leadership and the SMART starts. Sarah has been a student intern at the Brigham and Women's Hospital for 2.5 years in the same department.
Haley Wu. Kaylee is majoring in exercise and health science and hopes to minor in psychology. Her career goal is to perhaps be a physical therapist or a chiropractor, but she is still unsure. Kaylee loves to play tennis and volleyball in her free time. Jennifer Zhang. Jennifer is majoring in business management with a concentration in marketing. She's hoping to have a double concentration in either finance or accounting. While Jennifer is not sure of her career goals, she's hoping to discover them through her journey at UMass Boston. Rachel Zulo. Rachel is majoring in psychology and is working towards a future career as a child psychologist. She has always been interested in psychology, and as she currently works and is surrounded with children in her personal life, she hopes to continue working with them in the future. Rachel has always wanted to help people, and she would love to work with kids who need emotional help. Rachel also plans to pursue a minor in either philosophy or history. You have taken the Alpha Lambda Delta Pledge and are now members of the National Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society. On behalf of the University of Massachusetts Boston Alpha Lambda Delta chapter, I express our pride in your achievement and our congratulations to you. May you find in the years ahead the rewards of the educated person, imagination, adventure, humor, compassion, and understanding. May you have tolerance in your dealings with all persons, generosity in giving to those in need, and insight into the feelings of others. In relating your education to the world in which you live, you can make a meaningful contribution to society.
We now have the pleasure of introducing and installing the chapter officers you have chosen. For those of you who have been chosen, the responsibility is great. Both the successes and the failures of the group will be attributed to you. Each officer should have the ability to complete responsibly the tasks assigned. You have been given an opportunity to develop your ability for leadership in a responsible group. Lily Ting, your new president. Lily is a biochemistry major on the pre-med track who hopes to be a doctor specializing in neurology. In her freshman year, she became the UMass Boston Resident Hall Association's first executive president, in which she advocated for the dorm community. She also joined the Model United Nations Club and is a member of its travel team, which competes at conferences and allows her to meet people from other colleges and countries. Lily is a member of Phi Delta Epsilon International Medical Fraternity, and since coming to UMass Boston, she has created an Irish step dancing club so that she and other students can continue their competitive career within the Irish step dancing world, as well as educate her peers on Irish culture. Lily is a member of the Honors College and was part of the Pre-Med A Freshman Success Community. She currently works as a pharmacy technician at a CVS pharmacy. Lily Ting. The role of the chapter president is an important one. As you are the presiding officer, your enthusiasm, your support of high standards of scholarship, and your ability to interest and involve the membership in achieving the goals of Alpha Lambda Delta will contribute to the success of the chapter. You should strive for open communication with your officers and advisors and be aware of all facets of Alpha Lambda Delta. Will you, Lily Ting, as president, fulfill to the best of your abilities the duties of that office?
I will.
Thank you.
Sylvie Salhotra, your new vice president. Sylvie is a biochemistry major on the pre-med track who wants to become a neurologist to study the mechanisms and potential therapies for neurological diseases. As a freshman, she was part of Pre-Med A's freshman success community. Sylvie always knew she wanted to impact people who needed care and empathy, and her experiences at her current job in a nursing home have helped her to realize how much that matters. Her career plans come from this drive to provide care along with love for her love for science. Overall, she wants to find ways to impact medicine and healthcare, aiding our ability to help people in need. Sylvie Salhotra. As vice president, it will be your responsibility to confer with the president and to work closely with the president in planning and executing all chapter business. You should be knowledgeable in the working of the organization and assist in an administrative capacity. Will you, Sylvie Salhotra, as vice president, fulfill to the best of your ability the duties of that office?
I will.
Angelica Mordan, your new secretary. Angelica, a psychology major, is originally from the Dominican Republic and came to the United States in 2017. She graduated from the dual language high school Margarita Muniz Academy, where she was on the debate team discussing the immigration problems that are affecting the United States. She has been a member of Sociedad Latina, a nonprofit organization that supports Latinos, since 2018, where she was a health educator youth leader who gave workshops to teenagers about sexual health. Angelica continues to be a youth leader in Sociedad Latina, attending conferences around the country and learning how to advocate for her community. She has worked at Brigham and Women's Hospital as a pathology lab assistant. Here on campus, she is a member of the Latina support group. Angelica Mordan, as secretary, you shall be responsible for efficiently handling all correspondence and records, both at the national and local levels of your chapter. Keeping clear, accurate records is of paramount importance. Organization is a virtue to be cultivated while serving as secretary. Will you, Angelica Mordan, as secretary, fulfill to the best of your ability the duties of that office?
I will.
V. Nguyen, your new treasurer. V is majoring in international management, and her career goal is to be a social and community service manager, which would allow her to travel and learn about different cultures and people. She is in a 3-year degree program, so she'll be graduating in 3 years instead of the usual 4. This means that her class schedule is more packed than that of most freshmen, but remembering the advice of her orientation leaders share, V understands how important it is to manage her time and be involved in activities on and off campus. During her first year, she took part in a Beacon Voyages for Service trip that focused on economic inequalities. V. Nguyen, as treasurer, you are entrusted with the financial affairs of the chapter. Keeping accurate records and paying bills promptly is your responsibility. You will work closely with the president in preparing the annual financial report. Your integrity will be your most respected quality as treasurer. Will you, V. Nguyen, as treasurer, fulfill to the best of your ability the duties of that office?
I will.
New officers, you are now installed as the Executive Council of Alpha Lambda Delta for the coming year. Your work together will ensure a strong chapter. Consult with your advisors for the advice and experience which they have to offer. Members of the chapter, you have chosen your leaders. Now it is up to you to support them in their endeavors. No organization can succeed without participation by its members. Support your officers in their plans and help them. By working together, you will have the opportunity to shape and help define each other's lives. Keep in mind the purposes of Alpha Lambda Delta, and you will make a significant contribution to UMass Boston. To address you as your newly installed president, I am pleased to present Lily Ting.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, Chancellor Suarez-Orozco, staff, faculty, family, and friends to the 2020 virtual induction ceremony for the Alpha Lambda Delta National Honor Society. I would like to start by saying congratulations to all of the students here today. You have achieved a great honor by being part of the Alpha Lambda Delta National Honor Society. Your dedication to your studies has paid off, as you have received a 3.5 GPA or higher in your first year of undergraduate studies. You are now joining an honor society that has been around for 95 years and boasts over 1 million alumni. I am so proud of everyone here today for committing to the high standard of academic excellence that Alpha Lambda Delta requires. Thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to serve as your president for the 2020 to 2021 school year. I am so excited to work in collaboration with all of you to make this community our own. Becoming a part of the Alpha Lambda Delta Society is not only finding a community that will share in your academic successes, but also support you in your future endeavors. Everyone here today was selected to join Alpha Lambda Delta because of your exemplary first semester. Having such a powerful start to our college experience signifies our successes to come. I know that our college experience is going to be much different than what we had planned it to be. If you had asked me during my first semester last year what I would see my college life like in 2020, I would assume it would have been mostly the same as last year, taking classes on campus, getting ready to live with my friends in an apartment, and going into the city during my free time. However, this is not the reality I am living today. We are all going through an unprecedented time, one in which our studies have moved from in-person, learning from and engaging with our professors and peers, to online, which seems impersonal and sometimes very lonely. But if there's one thing I know about our generation, about our class, and about everyone in this Alpha Lambda Delta community, it is that we will make the best of it. We are a generation that has grown up in a very uncertain time, with access to information about the worst of the world at our fingertips. We have experienced climate change, racial discrimination, and any and every type of political uncertainty. But this has never stopped us. We are a generation of change. We stand up to protest for the rights of our Black, Indigenous, and people of color brothers and sisters. We rally for our legislators to act on climate change. We organize and we vote. And we do it all together. If we can do that, then we can surely get through this time of unconventional learning and come out stronger. I know that each one of us in this community will support one another through this difficult time so that our first semester isn't the only one in which we succeed. Thank you, and congratulations to the new members of Alpha Lambda Delta.
Thank you, Lily. That was excellent. I wish you and the other officers much success this year. We normally would conclude our ceremony with a candlelight recessional. The lighting of the candles symbolizes the passing of the torch as you assume membership in this society. This year, we end with a photo from a past year's recessional as we celebrate our new students. I would like to extend our appreciation to you for attending this special occasion, honoring these distinguished students. Thank you and have a lovely evening.